everyone, it's Nicole from Practicing Me for Just the Tip Tuesday. We are talking about adho, mukha, vrksasana, which is handstand. So you're gonna want a wall for some of the tips today. My biggest tip is to make sure that you're really using your upper body strength here to really push the ground away from you. So you wanna have like a firm, strong shoulder girdle while you're moving through this posture, okay? So we're gonna get into a couple different ways to get into the pose. Spoiler, I can't do a handstand away from a wall, okay? So we're going to use the wall. All right, so we're gonna use the wall in two different ways, okay? So the first way is we're gonna come to a downward facing dog with our feet at the wall, okay? So bringing the hands down, and it's going to be a pretty shallow downward facing dog, okay? So my feet are pretty close to, or my hands are pretty close to my feet, okay? So I'm going to just start to put one of my feet onto the wall, and then I'm going to push into that foot on the wall. As I do this, I'm going to lean my weight forward into my palm, and I'm going to start to bring my other foot up to the wall. Okay, so right now I'm in like an L shape. And then you can start to lift one of the legs up towards the sky, okay? So keeping your shoulder girdle strong, you're pressing the ground away from you, and the gaze can look in between your hands, or it might look at the wall, okay? And then slowly lower it down. Maybe take a child's pose and rest, okay? So this gets you this complete inversion without getting you into some more balance, okay? So handstand is a lot of core strength and upper body strength. So warming up our core and our shoulders before we get into this is really important as well, okay? And our wrists. All right, so another option that we can do, it's that same setup, but what I'm gonna do now is actually just put my toe on the wall, and then you can start to kind of practice bouncing your toe away from the wall, okay? So coming back to hands down, I'm gonna start with my other foot this time, just to balance out. You might even turn your fingertips out a little bit, okay? And then lift up. I'm just gonna extend my leg right up to the sky. Okay, so then I'll come up to my toe, and then maybe you can start to bounce away from the wall. Bringing your knee in towards your chest. I'm gonna try my other side, a little bit more balanced there. And it might just be a second that you float off the wall, but when you're, maybe a millisecond, but when you're upside down, a second feels like a really long time, okay? So that can be an option to use the wall to start to work towards a handstand. You can even walk your chest all the way up to the wall, extend your feet high so that your chest and belly are touching the wall. It's like a wall climb for any of my Swifters or CrossFitters. All right, so the other way that I'm gonna show you how to do it is to actually put our hands towards the wall. So our hands are gonna come closer to the wall, and we're going to use the strength of our legs to kick ourselves vertical into a handstand, okay? So, a lot of times people are afraid to really give themselves some oomph to get up to the wall, but you really need to find that kind of happy balance of strength and power to get yourself up to the wall, okay? So I'm in a downward facing dog, a 3-limb down dog, okay? I'm gonna kind of use my lifted leg as a lever. So you'll see I'll kind of lift it up. As I do this, I'm gonna rise up to the ball of my grounded foot, bend my knee, and I'll just start to kind of kick up, okay? Just to kind of get a taste for how it feels, how much more power I might need to get myself up to the wall, okay? So then once I'm up to the wall, I have a lot of support, and I can start to play with my core here. So lift one leg away and try to hollow out the belly. Keep pressing the ground away. Maybe zip up through the inner thighs and see if both legs will come off the wall, okay? So a lot of strength and intention is coming through your legs. You want to squeeze the inner thighs together, extend through the toes, and think about creating that like hollow shape with the body. If the ribs start to pop out, then you're not going to find that balance. So you need to tuck in everything tight, almost like you're in a plank posture, but you're just upside down, okay? So those are a couple of tips with the wall. There's tons of different ways to get into a handstand using different props. There's a really fun way with a exercise ball, and I'm sure that there is going to be lots of different variations in this week's classes. So definitely check them out and see what else the teachers have to offer you. And I will see you guys next week. Have fun getting upside down. It's so good for you. Helps reset the mind, reverses blood flow to the brain. Can be really good for your neck and your back. So get upside down today, whatever you need to do. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.